Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, characters of all shapes, sizes, denominations, and genders, welcome to the start of a project. So here's the story. Let me tell you a story. About 6 months ago, we were playing Final Fantasy XIV, the Dawn Trail expansion, and Elene, my wife, happened to look in and got interested in our outfits. You may have seen this on stream, it's definitely a thing that happened. We showed off, and within minutes, Final Fantasy XIV Fashion Fridays became a thing. After about a month, Eleni asked if she should play Final Fantasy XIV, clearly entranced by the many, many outfits on display. Try it again. I was super excited because, hey, I love that game, and I would love to play that game with her, share it with her, show her why I like it so much. And she was interested, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to get into it. We could do New Game Plus, show the story from the beginning. It'd be great. But we had plans in September, and she didn't want to start anything until afterwards. So we put it off. We went on vacation, we came back, and her interest had waned. But I was determined. I started asking her, not constantly, but consistently, which is definitely a different thing, if she still wanted to play. She hemmed and hawed and thought about it and put it off, but there was still that possible spark. And then, in October, it happened. She said she would do it. If I did one thing. And that one thing was kind of a big deal. I didn't want to do it. Then I started thinking about it. Something I always said I wouldn't do. Something I never had the time for. But what if? What if? So 2 months ago, I started putting it into place. Not a small ask this was. No, this would require preparation, proper planning, things I am very much not good at. But I persevered. So, I would like to tell you a story. But I'm going to need some help from some friends.
Hello.
Hello.
I guess you're gonna have to find some of those.
Oh no.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. Welcome to
We're
Adventure
doing it.
Select.
Doing it.
Oh my
Lord.
Oh
god!
my
It's
god.
about time. Yeah, it's literally hell, it's about time.
About goddamn
Ah.
time.
So
Surprise.
Dave,
yes.
can you enable the soundboard and I'll add that?
What? It's about damn time.
Yeah.
Micus Finley, what?
Sure. I don't.
Not necessary.
No, I can't. I can't enable the soundboard. Yeah. Welcome to Adventure Select, everybody. This is something that, as I mentioned, I've been working on for about 2 months, trying to get everything set up, and I did most of my prep work today, about 2 hours ago, because such is the nature of D&D.
Such is the nature of Dave.
Also
Yeah. Yeah, that's more like it.
true. So, for the record, it is me as the DM, which is why I have this fantastic and fancy hood.
Oh,
Oh god.
It looks awful.
Amazing.
That's why I
Dave
don't
put on
much
his robe and wizard hat.
Oh no, we're fucked now.
I've also got Elene here. She's the one that suggested, and she's the one that wanted to play. I got V, I got Tyler, I got Malhavoc, and I've got Third.
Hello.
So how did I manage to do this without Saven kicking down your door to play? Saven is in too many games and said he didn't want to.
Yep.
yeah, literally, that's probably the only reason Saven isn't here, like, front and center, was because, like, how many games is Saven in? Like, 3 or 4?
4.
Something like
I
that.
think he said
It's-
4.
Yeah, it's a lot, so...
But we are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. This is... I really got to close that door because I'm echoing in Elene's microphone.
No, you're not.
You're just being loud, per usual.
No, I can hear it. It's weird. Anyway.
That's a you thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If you can hear it on the stream, then let me know. This is 5th edition. Technically, it is 5.1.
5.
5.5, whatever they want to call it.
Whatever they want to call it. It's
Or
2024 rules.
5.24.
I think it's 5.25 is what a lot of people are calling it.
Yeah.
5 and a quarter.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And it's not an existing setting. This is a custom setting that I have made over the last couple of months, which is why it took a couple of months to set it up. So, I haven't DM'd anything in more than a decade. And when I did DM something a decade ago, I don't think I did very well. So you're going to have to be a little lenient with me.
It's okay. We'll ride you at every opportunity.
I'm sure you
Like
will.
we normally do.
As
It's not like Tyler.
as is character select custom.
I mean, it's not like every time in Silent Hill 2, Tyler and I aren't just being like, it would be really rude to call Dave out right now. Hey, Dave!
Yes.
How about we call you out right now?
Like, literally.
Within the same breath.
So,
Well, we share the same brain cell. That's-
That
so
explains so much.
Shh. So, you're never getting heroic inspiration at this point.
It's a
That's
good
what's
thing I'm
happening.
human, baby.
We'll introduce the characters as they are introduced in the game. So don't worry about that. You can see their character cards up on the screen, courtesy of some very fancy artwork and some very fantastic layout design from multiple people. But let's get into this, shall we? Might as well.
Huzzah.
So,
Hip hip huzzah.
Adventure awaits, huzzah!
Huzzah!
I don't know how to start a campaign, so bear with me here.
I
That's okay.
believe I believe the opening line is you all meet in a tavern.
Or once upon a time.
Technically, yes. But
I mean,
not quite.
to be fair, I haven't played D&D in over a decade, so you're not the only one who's rusty.
That's okay. It's all a learning experience for everybody. But
I've never even played 5th edition.
oh
yeah, no.
you're playing a warlock.
The last edition I played was 3.5.
Yep, that's same.
You guys will figure it out as you go then.
All right.
5e is the simplest system they've had.
Yep.
So
Take your word for it.
The Genorian province, let me try again. The Genorian Peninsula is juts out into two oceans, and is bound at the top by the spine of Ablathi. I can't even.
Words.
I need to bring up my own freaking notes here. Jeez.
Is it like Aboleth? Like the
Aboleth?
monster?
They're there for.
Acalath?
That's what
Athalax?
Aflac?
Athalax?
Aflac.
The spine of Aflac?
Shh. Quiet you.
Did you
Let
say
me
the
try.
spine of Affleck as in the duck
duck.
There
from
we
the
go.
commercial?
Or
Okay.
Affleck, as in like
go
Ben
ahead.
Affleck.
Let me try
Yes.
again. Let me try again.
Yep.
The Genorian Peninsula juts south into two oceans and is bound at the north by the spine of Acatlas, a mountain range that basically protects the entire peninsula from any kind of invasion from the north. The various kingdoms and city-states of the Genorian Peninsula have not necessarily been the best of neighbors, but 103 years ago, the empire to the north, the Vandrine Empire, decided they wanted to take control of the peninsula and invaded, crossing the spine of Acatla to do so. The various city-states found themselves unable to fend off the invasion on their own and banded together to create the Alliance of the Seven Pillars, concentrating their forces, attacking the numerically superior empire, pushing them back, and ultimately winning the war. And everybody was happy. Everything was fine. The peninsula was mostly devastated in the north, but other than that, it was time to rebuild and get on with life. Which was fine until 25 years ago when the Empire invaded again, not satisfied with their failed conquest once. They made a beeline for the capital city of the Alliance, Tyrus, sitting on the coast of the lake at the center of the province, and managed to get all the way to the city walls. The Alliance banded together once more and fought a war of attrition and logistics that ultimately won them the day, forcing the Empire back north across the spine and making sure that the Alliance and the Genorian Peninsula stayed out of Imperial control. They beefed up the defenses at the spine, as did the Empire. And for 25 years, there's been an uneasy peace. Everybody knows. It's common knowledge that the Empire is not satisfied and will attack again. But for now, everything is nice and chill. You have all been living in this on this peninsula, in various areas around it, but you've all come to Tyrus. But we're going to start with Tyler. Tyler,
Yes.
you... Let me get my other notes up here.
The notes of Dave.
You've been on the road for 2 weeks now, traveling towards the city of Tyrus in the center of the Genorian Peninsula. The roads have been, at turns, dusty, wet, twisting, and boring, but always, always long. But now, finally, the walls of the city rise up from the horizon, and you know that this part of your journey, at least, is coming to an end. The caravan you've been traveling with the last few days reaches a crossroad, and the caravan master signals for a stop, and then calls you over. He's a dwarvish man. He's a dwarf man.
Dorfman. Saul Dorfman.
He's
Saul Dorfman.
Saul Dorfman.
Saul
He's,
Dorfman.
You've been traveling with him for probably about 4 or 5 days. You just happened to be going in the same direction, and when he saw you, he was like, hey, do you want to make a little bit of coin if you're happening to be headed to the same direction as we are? And you agreed. So he calls you over, and as you approach, he gets down off the caravan that he's sitting on and walks over to you, looking up. And he goes, well, thank you for the escort, but this is where we part ways. We have to go to the left here at this crossroad and head to the Faltis Gate, which is where all the merchants go. You should go to the east, to the right. You should go to the west, to the right, because you're coming from the south. And head to the Callanmore Gate. That's where most of the travelers end up going. Faltest is mostly for merchants, so.
Yeah, I'll be looking down at him and nod, be like, much obliged. Been a bit boring slog the last few days, but is what it is, I suppose.
Well, I'm sure it was a boring slog because you were with us, so much appreciated on our end too. And he reaches into his pouch and he hands you over some coins, which is coincidentally the same number of coins that you start the game with.
That's quite a bit of coin that he's handing me. It's like, damn.
Oh, you've doubled.
No, it's
No.
it's less than that. It's like 10 gold. He just
Right.
he hands it over, but it's not increasing your gold, the amount.
I'll
of money
just
you have.
I had like a certain amount, then
Yeah.
added 10 to it to get to my current amount. So it's fine.
Exactly. While it's your first time in the city, correct? That's what you said?
First time anywhere, really.
Well, I would recommend following the road until you get to the intersection with the next major road. Look to the left, you'll see the Torn Banner. It's a nice little tavern and inn, perfect place for somebody new to the city. Reasonable prices. The price is reasonable, and
The food is food.
they occasionally have jobs there, so it wouldn't hurt to get established there as your first destination.
It's hot and it's ready.
I was just thinking.
But is it good?
It's hot.
I said
And it's
it's
ready.
hot.
Ready.
It's ready. Oh no! Give me back my brain cell.
Never. It's ours. Yeah, I'll give him a curt, polite bow and take the coin and head on my way down the road.
All right. And he climbs back up on the caravan, does like the little yeah thing, and leads it off to the left while you go to the right.
Yep.
And it takes a surprising amount of time to get to the city walls. Like, you can see them, but it's like 45 to 60 minutes for you to actually get to the gate. And that's when you realize these walls are tall as fuck. These walls are 35 feet tall. minimum.
Those some tall walls.
The doors leading in to the gatehouse are 20 feet tall, and they look
those are like-
thick.
Those are like that's some shit out of like Dark Souls or something.
Uh,
Gates of Mordor, Jesus.
they're also guarded. You can clearly see several guards dressed in what you assume to be the standard guard outfit. Armed, swords, axes, pole arms, whatever. They don't really pay attention to you. Some of them give you like a cursory glance. But it's kind of busy. The sun is setting in the sky. It's quickly reaching twilight hours, and there's a lot of people passing through the gate. Few of them are carrying what you would consider traveling accoutrements. Most of them look like they're coming home after a day of work or something like that. But they're all going in the same direction as you.
Okay. We'll fall in with the crowd and walk along the road, head towards this tavern or whatever.
Which also takes you probably another 45 minutes to get to. This city is big. This city is massive.
I got nothing else to do. I got nothing but time. So I'm walking around. I'm like looking at all the buildings because obviously I've never seen like a city before. So I'm like,
yeah. Like, it's a good thing that you fell in with this caravan a few days ago because, man, you have never seen this many people in this close proximity ever. And the caravan gave you a chance to,
acclimate just a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you eventually reach the intersection and you look to your left and you see the sign advertising the Torn Banner. And that's where you're headed. Or where you were told to go.
And then I'll head in that direction.
Perfect. So you walk in and heads kind of turn and take a look at the person that's coming in. It's not unusual for people to come into this tavern, but, it's unusual for you to come into this tavern. So why don't you describe what you look like?
Well, the first thing you'll notice about her is that she's about 8 feet tall, like 7'11" or whatever. Strong and athletic, not like big and bulky like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but just like powerfully built. Long red hair, dark tan skin, wearing like animal hides sewn into like a no sleeve vest, and then some hide van braces and some leather pants. Carrying a big wooden chest on her back. It's sort of like her backpack, as well as a backpack, and a big ass great sword, but it's made of wood.
Okay.
Also a big old nicked great axe.
Okay. So
Oh, you stole it, did you?
it's been nicked.
Oh yeah, it's nicked. I nicked it from my old man.
So you walk into the tavern and heads kind of turn and look at you. And obviously you don't recognize anybody. You've never been here before. But you know a bar when you see one.
Do I?
Yes.
How?
Because there's a lot of people drinking a lot of booze at it.
Okay, so I know booze when I see it. There you go. Okay.
So it's kind of dimly lit. It's mostly candles, some torchlight. It's big. Like, this is a rather large tavern. You could probably sit like 40 people in here, around the bar itself, and then the various tables. But yeah, the barman is sitting at the bar. You also happen to see a couple of other people that don't really catch your attention. They don't stand out in any way, but you hear a bard probably like strumming a lute over in a corner. You see people like, some people are loudly carousing at tables. Yeah, it's the end of the day. Let's get our drink on. And then there's some
Singing
people
their drinking songs and yeah.
And there's some people.
Lads.
Drink it, fight.
Not in this bar.
Then there's some people that are in the darker portions, either staying to themselves or maybe trying not to be seen. You don't know. You don't really care. But you walk in and, what do you do?
Well, it's been a long day. been walking a long time. I am quite parched. So I will saunter up to the bar, probably bumping some guy out of the way ever so slightly.
Hey,
and,
oh, never
You
mind.
are. Yeah.
Oh,
What's
very
the big
tall,
dude?
Oh
Hey.
yeah, sorry about that.
tall lady.
Very tall. She will
Large.
doesn't really know what the beer costs, so she'll slap a gold coin on the counter and just ask for a mug of something cold, please.
The bartender like looks over. He noticed you walk in. He didn't realize how tall you were. He looks up and he looks up again, and then he looks down at the bar and then he looks up again and he's like, "Are you buying the keg or how much do you want
What do you got?
for a gold? Like." New in town? I mean, it's a, you know what?
I'm kind of new to money in general, you know. I don't
Oh,
usually spend.
oh, perfect. Let me get you something. And he pulls out a mug, and it's a bit larger than the mugs that you see most other people drinking from. But he draws it from the keg. He gets a nice little head on it, and he pats it down on the bar, and he takes the gold and tips you, or tips his hat at you, and goes off to serve somebody else. You just paid. You just paid a gold for like 10 copper worth of
Look,
beer.
my character has no concept of what money's worth. She also has 85 gold, so like, I'm fine burning it a little. So I'll take a seat on a bench somewhere.
Well, you're
and,
definitely proving the what is it? The int check there by straight up telling him like, I'm not familiar with money. Period. It's like,
I wonder if I should have rolled for that, but whatever. Oh well. So I go and sit down on a bench somewhere, and I start down in the mug of ale.
All right. So you sit down on the bench. The only place that's really open. Well, I mean, the bar isn't like packed. It's not super packed.
It's like early evening, not like prime time or whatever.
Yeah. But there's nobody. It's easy to find a seat next to the bard, actually, who's sitting there strumming the lute.
It's because she's small.
It's because she's small. Elene, this giant 8-foot woman who smells of dust and dirt trails, just sat down beside you. What do you do?
I'm just like drinking this
Wow.
beer or whatever.
Wow, you're quite large. Hi.
I'll turn to her and look down and be like, "You're quite small yourself. You're about as tall as Papa was."
Oh, your mother must have been very. I don't. Well, I don't know. Hi, my name's Leorah. What's your name?
I'll reach a hand down to shake her hand and say, "Urizura,
Urizura?
Urizura."
Urizura.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, it's nice.
Whatever's easiest to say. There's a lot of vowels and a lot of other letters.
Okay, that's fine. I can't help but notice. I think he ripped you off a little bit. I think you paid. It was whatever you paid. It was way too shiny for a mug like that. So, and if you want another one, just let me know and I'll help you. We'll make it so that you don't get super, ripped off.
Now, before
So-
you have a chance to reply,
Mm-hmm.
there is a gentleman that wanders over by you with 2 mugs of ale in his hand,
Wow, double fisting.
clearly drinking out of both of them, one after the other. And he hears
Classy
this
guy.
comment about you getting ripped off for booze. And Mal, how do you reply to that?
what? I'm sorry, Lassie. I couldn't help but hear you say that you got robbed out of booze. That's just not right.
It's a sin for sure.
I'm just kind of looking around confused. Like, I just bought some beer.
Oh,
you just kind of
it's
sit
not-
there and you're just like, chug.
Like the other two are like having this conversation around me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of you to talk around.
I mean, you are a dwarf and
I'm a dwarf, and this is a halfling. Yeah.
Well, before we go too much farther,
Yeah.
Elene, please describe your character. Please
Yeah.
describe what Urizura sees.
Urizura sees a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, adorable little halfling playing her lute. She's got long pink curly hair. And she's just adorable, and she's a ray of sunshine in this shithole.
And Mal,
Yeah.
please describe your character.
Urizura sees a short, stout dwarf with a great big bushy red beard and shiny green eyes. A great big bushy beard. And he is double fisting ale at the moment. And seems to be greatly enjoying himself. And, not really mad so much as miffed that Urizura is being denied a good drink. Though she's got a drink, it's obviously not a gold's worth of drink. Although he doesn't know it's a gold yet, so.
Yeah.
He just heard that he got ripped off, yeah.
Got ripped off.
Yeah, go for it. What do you do? The bar is carousing around you. It's not super loud. There's people coming and going. Some people have clearly been there for longer than they should have been. Some people are just getting here. But it seems like most of the people here aren't necessarily locals so much as travelers. Kind of like Urizura. You notice that some people have packs on the ground next to them, and some people also look like they've been traveling on the road for a while. But yeah, it's we're pre-happy hour here.
Why the beer was more expensive.
Unhappy hour.
So it's unhappy hour, so the beer's more expensive. I
Twice as
see.
expensive or whatever.
Oh, God. It's awful.
Welcome to the depression hour at the bar.
Jesus.
No, if they advertise it like that, no one will ever leave.
Well, I'll probably go ahead.
Urizura, you're covered in more dust than I think you could shake out all that dust and make a bucket the size of me there. You been on the road?
Yeah, for about a week or so.
Ooh, how was the trip?
Very boring. There's a lot of walking.
That sounds about right, sadly. What brings you to town?
I shrug. I don't know if there was like any particular reason I was coming this way. Just picked a road and started walking down it. And then ran into that caravan, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to the capital or whatever." And like, "Oh, that sounds like as good a place as any to go."
Just letting the fates take you where they may. I can appreciate that. Such a spirit of adventure. So I would say if you're hungry, because people I have noticed, people your size are usually hungry.
Sorry, go on.
Wait.
Do you usually see Goliaths walking around?
No, you don't.
Well,
No.
For the
I mean-
record, no,
I
you
mean-
don't. Goliaths are fairly
I
rare.
mean, I'm trying to be polite
Right.
and not act like a total bumpkin. Like I've never seen someone like this before, and
Mhm.
it's not that it's totally blowing my mind, but it's.
Mhm.
You'd be a city slicker.
I'm from a tiny little halfling settlement. My uncle was the tallest person I knew, and he was maybe 3'6". So
Oh my goodness, you are small.
She's tiny.
Small.
I'm tiny and adorable.
While you're having this conversation, the barman has stepped out from behind the bar and walked up to a table near your bench, and he kind of like bows, but like apologetically to somebody, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, we don't have any more wine. we don't usually have wine, so it's not really a surprise that we don't have any, but is there anything else that I can get you to drink? V, how do you reply?
Oh.
On the spot, let's go.
On the spot, yeah. So I'm wearing like noble finery from like partying noble finery. Like I just came from a party, but I'm already covered in like stains that you're not sure are wine or blood at this point. My hair is disheveled. I don't look like I've shaven in a bit. And I look up at this man, and then I'm like, then just bring me whatever will get me drunk.
Oh, well, we have this fantastic whiskey that it's a little on the price.
Bring it! Bring it at once!
Barman runs off back to the bar. Comes back like a minute later with like a mug of whiskey.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a big. It's not a tankard. It's a mug. So it's like a coffee mug, but it's still
That's
a lot
still
of fucking
that's
whiskey.
still like what, like
That's-
8 ounces of whiskey?
Yeah, and he's like, that'll be that's a lot. 25 silver. 25 silver.
See,
25
ripped off.
silver?
Yes.
25 silver.
That is 2.5 gold.
Yeah. All right. I take out 2 gold and an electrum piece and hand them to him.
And he sets the mug down, bows, and he's like, thank you. And I'm just gonna, and he takes off back to the bar. And he's like, you know what? Give me an insight check, V. Give me the first roll of the night.
The first roll. Let's go.
That's
Celebration.
a nat 20.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah, look, it's in our
Two.
D&D Beyond
You
thing.
got a nat 20. Wow.
On the
First roll.
That's portentous.
The
Damn.
first roll of the game is a nat 20.
Oh boy. It's very clear that this man does not want you in the bar and is really, really hoping that you get drunk as shit so he can kick you out.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
That was-
fair.
that seems like
That's part of my
anyway.
plan, so
It's a line.
that's in line with my plans.
I was about to
So-
say,
I'm
sounds
happy
like
to
their
oblige.
sounds like their plans align there.
Sounds like we're both on the same page here.
Yeah.
So the three of you are watching this happen to this quote unquote
Nobleman.
noble.
Yeah.
Now, V
yeah,
had
go ahead.
said that he was stained,
Mhm.
obviously, but still was wearing noble finery.
Mhm.
Is there anything else we can tell, or do we need to make a roll? Or is it just
You can
it's a stained noble?
yeah, you
like-
can see what you can see. If you want to know more, you would need an insight check.
Gotcha.
So-
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll do a quick insight check.
All right.
Oh my God! What? check the D&D Beyond.
Why did you get a 20? All right, first 2 rolls of the campaign are 20s.
It goes
Oh.
downhill from here.
I hope we don't use up all the luck. Jesus.
V, is there anything more that he can tell from your clothing?
From
Or
my
just-
clothing?
How
Or-
he's
or-
holding himself.
Or how you're holding
just
yourself, yeah.
Like, you know, he's obviously he's rough shaven, stained, desperately trying to get drunk.
Like,
Anything we can tell beyond that in terms of, like, you know, how he's acting, what he's
Yeah.
feeling like, why is he trying to get so drunk? Like,
so this isn't this wouldn't be a contested role. You're not trying to actively deceive anybody or tell them a story. This is just
Yeah.
Mal's
I
character.
can add
trying
some more
to-
description.
Yeah, he's trying to get
Yeah.
more information based on what he can see.
Well, Pietro's right eye has an eye patch bearing a embroidery of a golden apple on it. But it looks like it's a new addition to his wardrobe because the area around that eye is rather swollen.
Uh-oh.
So it's probably a recent addition.
That's what happens when you get the beer in your eye, man.
What's the beer
Besides,
made of?
Ask.
besides the
Dwarven beer.
possible alcohol/blood stains, there also seems to be like maybe some ashy handprints on him in places. Yeah, just little ash stains as well, in addition to the blood/alcohol stains. And that's
Now, is he?
that's
Does it
probably
look?
it.
Does it look like he's trying to get drunk in a jolly manner, or is it this an
Oh, no.
obvious like?
This is
Oh
important.
no, this
This is
this
a man
person-
self-destructing.
this is a man who's having the worst time.
Yeah,
All right.
this man looks like maybe a day or two ago he was living on top of the world, and now he's in this bar.
This is a
He has
Harry
a
Bois from Disco Elysium kind of deal.
His clothes.
I
look
don't want to
like,
be this kind of animal anymore.
Well, his clothes look like they're really nice, but he's also been wearing them for a few days.
Yeah.
Like
A
specifically.
very
that-
rough few days.
Yeah.
In that case, Durin will. Oh, he hasn't introduced himself yet, but
That's okay.
that'll come back in a second.
We're having passing
in that
conversations here.
In that case, Durin will glance briefly at the Goliath and the halfling, and then turn over to the nobleman, turn back to the two ladies, and go, "If you'll excuse me, lasses."
I'm like
And
dizzying
he will-
myself with this mug. Like I don't even notice.
You're a little
Hmm.
culture shocked. Can tell that too. And Durin will amble over to the noble and slowly take a seat across from him and calmly ask, "Well, lad, you look like you've been through the ringer."
I look up from my mug of a whiskey here.
Oh my god, that's still just
A mug of a whiskey.
the whiskey.
Leave the bottle.
This is the bottle. And I say, hello. I'm Pietro de Marchi. I feel like shit, but please sit down.
All right.
It's been a long few days. What do you want?
Well, lad, the name's Durin Strongbrew. And, though I definitely don't look it, I'm a man of healing. And staring at you, you look like you need quite a bit of healing.
Shotguns a beer. Shotguns the other beer.
Literally
Crushes
shotguns
the
one,
mugs against his forehead.
shotguns one of the beers and gives a great big smile.
I may not look it, but I am a man of God.
Grog.
Tell me, Mr. Healer. Can you bring back the dead?
Ooh, this is getting interesting.
Durin's bushy
drama.
eyebrows raise up and he leans back in his chair and strokes his beard and goes, "Well, now, that is quite the question."
As you're having this conversation, before you can say another word, the doors to the tavern open. But this is not the same as it's been when people have come in or left. This is a BAM! And somebody stumbles
Kicks them
in.
in.
Everybody, including third, give me a perception check.
A heckin' perception check.
You can roll in D&D Beyond, or you can roll physical dice. Either way.
I have these.
Well,
sweet
I've
physical
just rolled a
dice,
d20 the first time. I'm gonna try this D&D Beyond again.
so- Yep.
I have nice clicky clacky
Aw.
math rocks.
Only 9.
Where's the
I do have my.
perception?
It's on your
it's-
skills tab.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
about
right,
halfway
right.
down.
I see it.
Under P.
Oh, that's performance.
Sorry,
I
that.
got a mere
misclicked.
10.
You have a mere
I-
10? Okay.
Good
Yeah.
I
God,
got a 19.
DV.
19 on the
I got
die,
a
but I don't have
5,
any
jeez.
bonus there.
I got a 15.
I rolled
Okay.
a 5.
So we got an 11, a 19, a 15, a 5, and a 10?
Yep.
Okay.
8 plus 2.
So, Pietro, you're the only one that notices. Well, everybody notices that this man is clearly wearing very little clothing. He has, like, his small clothes on from the waist down. That's pretty much it. Pietro, you notice specifically that this man looks like you've been through hell the last couple of days. This man has been through actual hell the last 2 days. There are cuts on his
Turbo
arm.
hell.
There are bruises. He's got a wild look in his eyes. He is he looks bad. Like, he looks like, oh my god, where is the healer? This man needs a healer right now. He stumbles in screaming, help me! Help me! And he,
I want to lean over to Durin real quick and be like, I think that man needs your help more than I do.
he stumbles in, he trips over his own feet, he falls over, he collides with a stool, which is fortunately empty, so it doesn't actually knock anybody onto him, but he just starts screaming again. And before anybody can really move, another gentleman walks in behind him, much slower, saunters in. He pushes the door open, he saunters in. Several other people follow in behind him, and and the whole tavern just goes quiet. And he says, well, not quite the venue we were expecting for our performance, but ladies and gentlemen, please ignore my friend. He's had a bit of a day, and we're going to be helping him out. But all of you stay seated and don't do anything. That's a good people. We'll just be taking our friend and he kind of looks around and he focuses on you, Pietro. He said,
Oh.
and you see his eyes kind of narrow and then his eyes kind of open wide. And he says, you know what? We're going to help our friend, but we're going to need a little bit of assistance with that. So, and he draws a sword from his belt. And the 6 people that are with him also draw short blades from their belts on his following his lead. And he goes, if you all could turn over your valuables, that would be particularly helpful to us in rendering assistance to this man.
Are we allowed to take actions now?
What do you do?
Durin will scooch his seat back, take his remaining beer, shotgun it down, slam the empty mug onto the table, give a great big wide smile, and go, your mother sucks cocks in hell, boy. And he's going to draw his mace.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything before?
Oh yeah, Urizura sees weapons drawn, so that means fight time, which she's all about. So she pulls out her greatsword and like moves to, charge at them with a big grin on her face.
All right. Well,
This is all happening around me too.
yes, you are here. You just haven't been introduced yet.
I mean,
I would like to pretend drunkenly stammer by them. Sorry. My bad. Let me. Oh, just another drink before I can
Backstab.
help you render assistance. And I'm gonna sleight of hand his dagger off of him in the.
One of the dudes?
Yeah,
Okay.
the guy
Take
that
it right
burst
out of his
in and,
hand somehow.
drew his weapon. Yeah.
All
Just
right.
stumble into him and just lift.
Just replace it with a little stick.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Let's go.
I'm gonna spend a luck, one of my luck things to give myself advantage.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's right. You do have those.
Yes, I am lucky.
I gotta look up their stats here because. So
Where did I put my d20?
I'm gonna let you do this, but I'm just gonna say right off the bat, it's really brazen to try to take the dagger from the guy's hand while he's focusing on it.
Well,
But-
that's
but-
why I bump into him.
But
You
you
gotta
do you.
distract.
You do
Yeah,
you.
pick his pocket. It's like, yeah.
All right, so give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, my d20 is just. I just oh, there they are. Fucking just put them down right in front of me, and I was like, where did they go?
Or a
it was
snake
a
would have bit you.
Yeah, I was like, get out of my head. I was about to
No,
say it was a
It's my
snake.
turn with the brain cell now.
No.
Well, advantage didn't do shit for me.
Aw.
I rolled a 7 and an 8.
Ooh.
But that is for a total of 15.
Okay, you rolled a 5. So you bump into this guy, and
He
As you,
fumbles
like-
completely.
as you like roll away past him, you just kind of slide the dagger out of his hand, and it takes him a second. But by the time he realizes that he's no longer armed, you're already 10 feet away, and he's like, "What the? What,
I'm already
what
just
the-"
like blending in at the bar.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck?"
And then Goliath.
And then you're charging in, so we're gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
I should probably pull out my great axe instead of my
No,
great
you drew,
sword.
you drew your
No,
sword.
I did say great sword. Yes. So,
Okay.
That's your wooden one, right?
yeah, the big wooden club thing.
Okay.
Where the hell
Not
is
stolen.
initiative on here? Oh, there it
It's at
is.
the top next to your armor class. I got a
Oh,
20.
9.
9. Okay, I need my notebook. Where did my notebook go? There's my notebook.
What would have happened if I'd rolled a real d20? I would have rolled a 3. Glad I did it on Beyond.
For what it's worth, the rest of the patrons are not helping out with this fight because they are,
Farmers.
Cowards.
Commoners, regular people.
yeah, they're not
Already
as
drunk.
prepared to fucking throw down as the drunk ass dwarf priest.
Ale is weighing Durin down, says Space.
Let's see. So
I don't know. It depends. I don't have. Although the picture shows the beer mace, I unfortunately don't have the beer mace yet.
Well, how much alcohol you've drunk already. You
Okay.
did shotgun 2 beers already.
okay, so for
No, I have
initiative,
poison resistance. I'm fine.
I guess I should roll initiative for them too.
Probably.
Mhm.
I thought that's how that worked.
No, it is. Oh, jeez. They are. And. Okay, so did anybody roll over 20?
I got a 20.
So you're at 20? Okay.
I am at 20.
I got a 13.
Wah.
I'm setting the bar for this campaign. I'm not gonna roll above a 10.
Okay.
Oh no.
Anybody 15 to 20?
I rolled a 19.
Elene got a 19.
What's your
Wow.
dex score?
Dex plus 2. It was 17 plus 2.
No, you're like,
So the
what's your
total is
dex
19.
score?
Oh,
He has
15.
a 15.
Yeah, there you
Sorry.
go.
Okay.
We have all of our stats, nice and visible on stream.
Yeah, on the well, I
Sorry.
don't know if they have the,
I'm
the
not
stream up or whatever.
I'm not looking at it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. I
Mhm.
just saw my character thing on the stream.
Yep. Is the stats not right?
Yup.
Okay.
Is it because your int's too high?
Remember earlier when I sent them out and I said, please let me know if any of the stats needs to be updated.
Oh,
That-
no,
yep, I didn't
Mal,
see
you
it.
didn't pay attention.
How dare
Whoopsie
I
you?
wasn't
Doodle.
tagged. I wasn't paying attention.
Dang it, Mal.
Did you up your
Ruin this
strength?
whole session.
10 to 15.
Yep.
Who got 10 to 15?
You ruined my
13.
vision.
Okay. I don't know how to spell your name yet, third. 5 to 10.
It's spelled how it looks.
5 to 10.
And I'm sure it's like one of those Irish
oh,
Gaelic
I've got,
names that is impossible to pronounce.
Sorry, hold on. Let me bounce back over to the rolls. I've got 9.
And I got an 8.
Okay. Fuck me. All right. I had a lot of 20s being rolled tonight, everybody.
It's fine. Get them all out of the way up front.
We'll have that fixed for next session.
Okay.
Madeline suggests having the player names on the cards as well.
They are on the card. Oh, yeah.
Player
not.
names,
Player
like
name.
character names, yeah.
Yeah. Something for
You
next
want-
time. Don't worry. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so first up in the initiative order is Urizura.
Wow,
But
I didn't
we
expect that.
But we have to get to the map. So,
Yeah.
are you guys on the map?
There's a map.
What map?
You have to send us a link to it.
Yeah.
Right. Let me see how I do that. No, I
Yeah.
got to figure out how to do it. It's
You
not.
just copy the it should just be the URL for the thing, and you
Yeah.
just paste it in the chat, and we can hop over.
Do.
Supposedly.
Paste. There you go.
Boop.
And it
Press the
should give
button.
you control of your characters. I gotta set this up. properly.
Somebody
Running
should make
around.
like one of those informative here's how like the internet works, videos.
Pietro and I be like at the same table. Yeah.
And I would be, I guess, over here.
And they
Yeah.
should call it My Name is Earl, but it's URL.
So yeah.
Okay.
That was my joke. That was
So, third, you would be over here ish because you just kind of peeled off and you stole this guy's dagger.
yeah.
Okay.
The
I
leader or the other dude.
stumbled into him and then went to the bar.
Sorry, you stole. Let me see. How do I mark?
Is there a pinging thing on here?
Yes, there is.
Oh, you can ping.
Does ruler
So,
work?
This
Uh,
person
so
right
I was
here.
going to say,
There's the tool right here on the
Oh,
left.
I
point and
thought-
ping.
I thought Third stole from that one, the one that was talking
No.
big mad shit and stumbled off.
No.
Oh, just a random one?
Yeah, just a random one. This
Okay.
guy, the leader is armed with a short sword. The rest of the guys are armed with daggers.
So
Gotcha.
I would have bumped into him and then like went up to the bar.
Okay. You only got about 10 feet away, though, and this would require you to go past the thief leaders, so I'm assuming you kind of went to the right, but if you want to try going past him, that's fine, too.
I was like bump into him and I guess like head up that way.
Yeah.
How
If,
can I...
I guess if Third, if she was sitting over here, you go boop.
Is there a way that I
Yeah,
can
it's
do
like,
spectator
mm,
view for stream? Does anybody know?
I don't know. You guys are the ones that.
You'd have to capture the window and broadcast it or whatever.
Right. Let's see. Let me do this for you
hell
really quick here.
Oh, there's
Stram.
the pan. Bobbity-boo.
Or you just have to be like, stream, don't say anything about the cloaked like beholders.
Yeah, oh no.
I don't actually have anything hidden on the screen. So,
But that's a good thing to keep in mind for the future.
Yeah. Oh, we need to change the icons of our little characters too.
yep.
Well, I got mine fixed up.
All right. So,
Oh, yeah, yours
if
is
we do
fixed up.
a transition
Why
here,
is mine? I changed
There we
mine up. Why didn't it change on that thing?
because
Do I need like?
it didn't load properly. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
All
I'd
right,
have to
so-
save and exit or something.
Something like that.
So,
Yeah,
We can get it all sorted out later. It's all
yeah.
gravy.
It's not a big deal.
Can you put? No, you probably can't. initiative.
It looks like the stream can see it now. Yeah.
Yep. Initiative rolls. Durin
Oh, you
had
picked
a
watercolors. That's cool.
9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leorah had a 19. Pietro had an 8. Sorry, third. How do you pronounce your character's name again?
Saoirse.
Saoirse. Thank you. What was your
Yeah.
initiative?
What?
It's one of those Gaelic
13.
things.
Oh, that's right. That's
Sorry.
third. That's what third was asking for Gaelic names. I was like, what?
What was it?
Yeah, see, if
Saoirse.
No,
you just
the
added
initiative.
again their Mal,
13.
it updates it with the
You already had
correct
it.
thing.
If
Yeah, see.
Oh, okay. I see.
And then
But I
here's
just-
here's the bullshit for the initiative order.
Hmm.
Ta-da!
Okay, I see. All right, so I guess get rid of that one and then put that one there.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will start combat. So first up, Urizura.
Dun,
Sorry.
dun, 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 dun.
Well, I mean, her whole thing is just like dive into combat because she's all about fighting. So she's going to charge straight
I'm
ahead
fighting.
at this guy because he's the only one she can reach.
Yep.
And she's gonna swing her big ol' greatsword.
So this guy sees you coming and he's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, I'm just like it's
He's
like
like, "Whoa,
300
fuck!"
something pounds, 8 foot
Big
tall,
lady.
just charging at him. This giant greatsword.
It's a whole ass woman with a whole ass sword coming to kick his ass.
That'll be a 16 to hit.
That is a hit. What is your
Alright.
damage?
It is 2d6 plus 2.
The damage is yes.
So that'll be 6 damage
So 6 damage. Okay.
as I bring this fucking giant wooden, effectively just a big branch
Club.
down on him.
It's a club with an edge.
So
Yeah.
he sees you coming at him. He's like, "Oh fuck!" He's got his short sword up. He tries to bring it up, and you just swing the great sword down and like get him right across the head, and goes boom. And he like reels, and he's like, "Whoa, hold on a second." And then he like his eyes are kind of dazed. He's like, "Oh shit!" And then he looks over his shoulder and he goes, snaps his fingers, and now all the thieves are gonna attack. So
Oh boy.
Thief A
And I don't
and B.
have high AC either because I'm wearing hide.
so Thief C is gonna move. No, we'll do Thief A first. We'll do it in initiative order.
I don't see Durin Strongbrew on the turn.
I was just thinking that.
He deleted his token because I pulled
Oh.
out the one with the actual art on it, so you may need to re-add him to the turn order.
Add to combat.
I think it would be right before Pietro.
Yeah,
Alright.
you had like a 9.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, now you're on there. Okay, so Thief A is going to move up here. I don't have a grid on this particular map, but 30 feet is pretty simple. This guy jumps up on this table and he's like, "Ha ha!"
You
And
do
he's
have
like,
a ruler.
Yeah, but it's not.
Anyway, that's
100%
fine. That's
accurate.
fine. Yep.
He, he jumps up and he's like, "Ha ha!" And he's like trying to like swashbuckler this shit, and he is going to attack you.
Mhm.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to fail his dex check to jump up on the table
He,
and
like
fall
slips
down
on
and
like
Yeah,
You know what?
rolling like
You know
flips
what?
on the papers and eats shit.
He's gonna do a dex check to jump up on the table. Hold on. No, he makes it. Okay.
Acrobatics.
So-
I was
Would've
kind of
been
hoping he'd
so
just
funny.
fucking eat shit.
all right. Then he's
Literally,
going.
Jet tries to Jack Sparrow at ha ha.
He's gonna
beef
try
it.
and stab you with his dagger. For. Yeah, that's not gonna hit. I don't think. What's your AC? Again?
Really doesn't hit a 13.
Yeah, no, he rolled badly.
Oh,
Oh, he must have.
I kind of almost want it to be like he stabs me, but he gets me like right in my abs, and it just like bounces off.
So he jumps up
Like,
on the table and
bends
he's
his
like,
dagger.
"Ha!" And he goes, "Foom!" And he just misses you because you
Mhm.
like see him jump up because he's not being subtle about it. So he
No.
jumps up on the table and he goes to swing at you, and you just like flinch a little bit, and he misses.
Mhm.
Thief B is going to go around and get on this side of you, which puts you in range of third, but that's okay. And That's
Attack
fine.
of opportunity.
Nope. Attack of opportunity
Hasn't
is
moved
if you
out of her
leave.
range or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not entering the range.
Unless you have like the sentinel feat. Which you do
Yeah.
that. But,
Wow,
yeah.
I am rolling shit. That also misses. So he like leaps over the table and goes ha ha, and he also misses because he like gets tangled up with the other guy who's somehow on a table and it doesn't really make sense how that's happening. But he's really
Now-
confused about it. He swings and he's like, "Uh-oh."
I gotta ask, are these the Three Stooges of thieves? What's gonna happen here?
Thief C is going to run up. It doesn't see you as a threat yet. Third doesn't know what's really happened yet.
Yeah, I'm just blending.
Is going to
Isn't Thief C the one that lost his dagger?
is going
Yes.
to duck past Thief B. It's still not leaving aggro range for Saoirse, and is going to go to stab and be like, "What the? What?"
Only now does he realize his dagger.
He was really in the moment. He's still lacking any better options. He's going to look at this 8-foot tall lady and go and try to punch her in the butt
This will end
Fresh?
poorly.
for a natural 20.
All right, cool. You don't have any dice with that, so it's like what, 1 damage?
It's 1 damage doubled, so it's 2 damage. So you take 2 damage.
You punched the big lady in the butt. I hope you realize that the next few seconds of your life are measured in infinitesimal amounts, in infinite amounts of pain.
I just want Alk.
Yep.
You have taken over for Maeve now. You're just gonna get crit this entire campaign.
That's fine.
Don't worry, it ain't
What
BattleTech. We'll be fine. No headshots.
No
Thief D is going to move up here and realize now that seeing Thief C punch the tall lady in the butt for no apparent reason is going to realize they don't have a dagger and is going to realize that you have the dagger and is going to attack you.
What? How do they realize that?
Yeah,
You have it in your hand.
Perception check.
You literally have it in your hand. You haven't had a chance to get rid of it yet. So,
Oh.
I mean, I'm facing away from them.
18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is going to be 1 damage. So 1 piercing or slashing damage. Ha
What the bloody hell's wrong with you?
I have wounded thee.
ha!
Take that.
Thief E is going to duck past the thief leader here and attack Urizura, the giant mountain of a woman, and you're surrounded, so that's got advantage.
Gasp.
21 to hit.
That will hit,
Okay.
but it's not a crit.
It is not a crit, but they are thieves.
Don't you dare steal my money. I need that to buy more expensive ale.
Overpriced ale.
So they do 4 damage from stabbing you, but it's a sneak attack
Wow.
because you are distracted. So you take
Mhm.
8 points of damage. So Thief
that's
E is
painful.
like, fuck, and stabs you. And you're just like distracted by all these people surrounding you. You just got punched in the butt. You're like, what in the actual? And then somebody stabs you, and you're like, ah!
To
And
be
then,
fair, being punched in the butt is distracting.
Yeah.
Sure. And now it is Leorah's turn.
So Leorah jumped onto the chair so she could see what's going on.
Short
so
people.
little.
She needs a booster seat. I'm sorry.
Oh, my first bar fight. This is exciting. Zuzu, you okay? Do you need a heal over there? I can help. Anybody?
Who?
Rura.
Yeah, that one.
Just
You
do the
got
thing.
most of the letters in there.
Just do the thing.
I'm gonna throw a heal your way, okay? All right.
Give her a thumbs up.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do a healing word.
Okay.
Casting a magical spell.
And it's 2d4 plus 3.
2d4 plus 3 for healing word?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Are you sure?
I'm
Yeah.
using a spell slot for you.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
healing
it's
word
not
was...
cantrip. There are no healing cantrips.
Yeah, okay. I got
It's
you.
a 6 plus a 3, so 9.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I'm sorry, 5
brings
plus
me-
3 is an 8. My bad.
It's still
I
pretty
can't-
good. Brings me up very close to full.
Oh no, spare the dying. It is a healing cantrip, but it just keeps them from dying.
Correct.
Yeah, it doesn't actually
it
give you
does-
any hit points back.
Spare the
doesn't actually
dying
heal.
immediately stabilizes a character.
Yeah.
There's no cantrip that restores
Heals.
hit points.
That would be broken as shit,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Did I help? I hope I helped.
So-
Yeah, I'll give her a thumbs up. Say, feeling much better.
Okay, good.
So that was a action or a bonus action. So you
Healing
still
word
have
is
an
a
action.
bonus action. Yep.
Oh, I still have an action.
Also,
Oh, even better.
what does your healing spell look like? What does your healing word look like?
Or sound like, or whatever.
Do you
I
like?
play a little. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh
Okay,
no,
fine.
not a ringtone.
It's the ringtone of life, guys.
Hold on,
The
hold on.
ringtone
I've got a
of
call.
healing.
Whenever Leorah casts healing
I've got a
word, we all
call.
have to
It's
check our
healing.
texts.
Sorry, what was
Coming
that
your
third?
way.
So
What was that
whenever
third?
Leorah casts healing word, we all have to check our texts.
It's like the
Like a
Discord
Discord
notification
noise.
sound. Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. So
And I'm all fired up because
Alright.
I helped someone. So I'm gonna
And you're in
pick,
a bar fight.
and I'm in a bar fight. So I'm gonna pick a thief, and I'm gonna cast vicious mockery.
ooh, which thief are you targeting?
Which one's the biggest and baddest? The leader?
They all
What you're
look
gonna-
pretty shitty. Except, okay, the description of these guys. The leader looks like he's dressed in leather armor that
Halfway fits them.
it's not the best leather armor. It's clearly seen a lot of use and a lot of wear, but it's not carrying battle scars. The other thieves are wearing what looks like it could potentially possibly be leather armor if it wasn't already completely shit. So they don't look like they're the top ranks of shit here, you know?
So I'm surprised Leorah isn't targeting the one that punched Urizura in the butt, because that's just one of those things you see and you're like, wait,
I
what?
will avenge your magnificent buns.
So what are you doing? Vicious mockery?
Yes, on the bun puncher.
on Thief C. Got it.
On the bun puncher. Got him.
Is that an attack roll or a save?
It's a save. It's a cantrip.
Okay.
Not that save.
What is the
Yep.
DC? What type of save and what's the DC?
Wisdom throw 13.
Okay. Yeah. That is a 10. So roll damage.
It was a 6.
Oh,
You got a
that's
6?
max damage.
I did.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
Your,
So
your buns of steel have been avenged.
so what does your vicious mockery sound like?
You, bun puncher, have a small ding dong.
So
Oh,
you tell him he has a small ding dong.
And he has to please himself by punching buns.
And he like turns around to look at you, and there's just like this look of both incredulity and extreme pain, and he falls to the ground.
Did I kill him?
you hit him where it hurts. In his small ding dong.
Emotional
Yay.
damage.
Yay! I helped.
All right. So that's definitely a thing that happened. Thief leader. And are you moving, Leorah?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. So thief leader looks at everything that just happened. You got punched in the butt, you got stabbed, and then you got healed, and then one of his dudes just fell to the ground, and he was like, "What the fuck is okay?" He is going to try to attack Urizura with his short sword.
Eh.
That is a 2, so misses.
He did get hit in the head with what amounts to a great club.
That's true. And then he is going to use all of his movement to disengage and move back.
And that does not provoke.
If you
An
use
attack?
all of your movement to take a 5-foot step back, it does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
All right. Saoirse,
Interesting.
it is your turn.
Oh, in that case,
With Durin
I'm
on
a
deck.
5-foot step then.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't want to be here. This sucks. I don't want to be around so many fucking weirdos.
So many weird, sweaty thieves wearing shitty leather armor.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, like, push my way through the crowd there away from all these people.
There's no actual crowd. Everybody has kind of cleared back to the walls to give you some distance to what is clearly turning into a bar brawl of weird proportions. I would like to once again point out that Urizura walked in the door like 10 minutes ago.
Yep, basically.
Look, it ain't our fault.
A warm welcome to this town.
And then I'm gonna look at dagger in my hands. Oh, how'd that get there? Let me return it to you. And I'm just gonna fling the dagger. Not at the one I stole it from, but the one that tried to stab me.
Good,
think
because the one that you stole
from
it
is dead.
Yeah.
He's on the ground. Okay, go ahead.
Double tap
I'm just gonna throw it at this guy.
at D.
Yep, it would be Thief D.
Yeah.
All right. I'm guessing I do not have advantage on this, but
Absolutely not.
well, that's an 2. That's 7 total.
That is a miss. So you take the dagger and you chuck it back at him, and he's just like, whoa! And dodges out of the way. Barely. Like, you might have shaved a little bit of hair off of his head, but he gets out of the way, and the dagger goes flying off and just kind of like clatters against the wall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play it off like, yeah, I'm just a drunkard, drunkard here. Just, I'm not a threat. I'm just, trying to get away.
All right. Anything else? Bonus action?
No, that's it.
All
Well,
right.
I guess I can take the bonus action to 2-weapon fight.
Not for a ranged attack, I don't believe.
Yes. It's with a light weapon.
Oh yeah, you could. I guess you could throw another dagger then.
I have plenty. Sure, I'll throw another one at him.
All right, go for it.
Some weird knife pervert who has a bunch of knives under her cloak.
Well,
Somebody touches
3,
me.
so that's going to be another miss.
Ooh. All right, so
8 total.
Well, he dodges the one dagger, and then he like kind of falls over himself as the other dagger goes flying past, and he's like, "Holy shit!" Like all of these guys now have looks on their faces, like they're not entirely sure what's happening.
I've told you. I've set the stage for this. I am not going to roll above a 10.
Well, maybe not tonight, anyway.
All right, Durin, you're up
They
with
wa-
Pietro on deck.
Alrighty. Oh, let's see here. Durin's going to laugh loudly, look at Pietro, go, "Friends of yours?" And then proceed to move. Like, wait, ruler, how far is this? Oh, yeah. And he is going to go up to Thief E.
Beefy.
Thiefy. Yeah, Thiefy. And attempt to use his mace to introduce some percussive maintenance to Thiefy.
Beer mace.
It's not a
It's
beer
not
mace.
a beer
it's
mace
just
yet.
A regular
That's
mace.
it's
Yeah.
a regular mace.
No,
I
I
want the
know.
beer mace. I have to go do a quest to get the beer mace.
Well,
The
Nice.
legendary Temple of Brews.
It's just a pub.
It's like one of those novelty mugs.
you attach a
It's like
stick to the
fucking
bottom
medieval
with some
times
fucking
or whatever, and it's
sovereign
like a yeah.
Bonk.
Not just a pub, it's the pub.
It's the
Right.
pub.
The original.
Alright.
All right. So I guess Alec, is it like I click where it says hit DC +4?
Yeah, the little box with the +4 in it or whatever, and that'll
Okay,
roll your
cool.
attack roll.
I see. So I go boop. 18.
18, 22.
22. Yeah.
That's a good hit. So roll damage.
It'll kabonk.
7.
Wow,
7.
nearly max on that one.
So you take your mace and your big belly laugh, bam, right across the face. Your mace strikes this man so hard that his eyes just immediately go dark and he collapses like a sack of wheat.
Pow, right in the kisser.
So,
Boom,
so he
boom.
doesn't get launched across the room, but close enough.
No. He is out.
Leorah jumps up and down and does some excited clapping.
Anything else that you're doing? Yeah, bonus action?
Let me see here. My bonus actions are...
As a cleric, I don't think you have any.
I've got Healing Word I can use as a bonus action, but
nobody's hurt.
Yeah.
no one's hurt.
The
So
only
I
people
will...
that are hurt are the people that you're fighting.
I'm
Get up
missing
so I
one
can
hit
hit you
point.
again!
Live, die, and live again so you can die again.
I believe I am done for now.
All right. Pietro, you're up with Urizura on deck.
All right. So Pietro, still drinking his whiskey, hasn't got up from his seat, places the mug down, looks over at the fighting, and shouts, "I am trying to drink!" And then fires off a sorceress burst at Thief D there.
Okay. Is that an attack roll?
Yeah, give me a sec. Oh, that's an 11.
Ooh. So it's gonna miss.
Firing off a whiff of fire.
So you're
I'm
You are
drunk. I didn't.
You are drunk.
so you all hear him shout this, and then you see like a tendril of fire that's got like black like outline to it. It's kind of weird. It just goes shooting past Thief D, who has dodged 2 thrown daggers and is now like collapsed on the ground. He's not prone, but he's like down on his butt. He's like, "What in the fuck?" But he's still not hit.
Luckiest thief in the building right now.
Bonus action, or are you gonna move?
Nope, I'm going to keep sitting here and drinking.
All right, bonus action to drink whiskey.
Now, is the whiskey any good?
I
Or you
mean,
don't care?
How good could it be from a place like this?
The whiskey
Yes,
is
sir,
very
Yeah,
that's
strong.
they overcharge for their ale.
God, I think they got a little bit of whiskey in this water.
All right.
Pietro's at a
Urizura.
point. They don't care what it
Right.
tastes like.
Urizura is gonna do a cool spinning move because that's usually a good trick. While she does that, she puts her greatsword on her back, pulls out a giant fucking axe,
Oh Lord.
and will swing it at Thief B,
Okay.
Things just went from bad to oh fuck for these
getting a
thieves.
14.
14 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
The damage is 8.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
I also have another feature with great axes called Cleave,
Oh no.
which lets me make a second attack and deal that damage to another creature within range.
Okay. Thief A is still in range.
Unfortunately, that's going to be like a 12.
12 does not hit. So
Well.
you all see Urizura spin around. Somehow her greatsword, wooden greatsword, turns into a great axe. Are you trying to kill this man?
Well, so I'm like putting it on my back, like I'm sheathing it.
Yeah,
on
no,
my
I'm
back
saying you're
and
doing it so fast that it looks like it's.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I was just
yeah.
making sure.
Are you trying to kill
Probably
this man?
not going to kill him. I'm probably hitting him with like the flat of the axe.
Okay. So you all see her spin around. Suddenly there's an axe in her hands, and she just like home run swings at this guy's face. And bam! He is down on the ground. Unconscious.
And takes a swing at A while she's
The-
still spinning.
Yeah, the swing continues on
Yeah.
through towards A.
And then, like, it doesn't even slow her down. She goes boom and then keeps spinning around and tries to get Thief A, who just has enough time to go, "Ah!"
He's still on the desk, so does he throw himself off the desk?
He
Does he just
takes a
jump over
step
the
back.
swing?
Like he like does the little dancing thing. Like
He
you
pretends
see
he's
it in
Errol
fling, he's like,
Flynn.
yeah, but he manages to get out of the way.
You're all
He-
trapped in here with me.
he is now going to. Oh, did you have any other actions you wanted to do or movement?
Nah, I'm where I want to be.
All right.
Don't want to get closer to the leader.
I'll get him in a second.
Thief A is going to look at the fact that half of their force has now hit the ground, and it's going to be like, what the fuck? And
What was it supposed to happen?
and turns and looks at the leader, and then bolts for the door. So give me an attack of opportunity.
Sure.
Yeah, you better run.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Oh no!
So he goes to jump off the desk or the table that he's on. He jumps up and your axe, like you spin around and hit him with your axe, and he goes ass over tea kettle. He like pinwheels, slams his head into the table. Roll damage.
That'll be an 8.
And is
He's out.
unconscious. He's out. Just fucked up.
Oh. He
Kabonk.
attempted to do the whole thing where this is remember the Captain Thief D.
And now the only thieves left are the leader and the guy with plot armor.
Yeah, like I said, Thief D.
Whoa, he
He's
moves
the
like
real
they
chosen
do.
one.
So Thief D is going to. He is now like he's on like he's like
butt.
back on the ground. He's like crab walking almost. He immediately like flips over and starts running to the door,
Mhm.
and he's gone. And then Leorah, you're up.
Oh, well, I was gonna hit him, but he's gone. So, can I mock this dude? Can I mock the thief leader viciously?
Yeah,
Okay.
better
I'm
come
in.
out
All
with
of
good.
these guys have small dongers that you're gonna mock them for.
I mean,
No.
and coming from a halfling, that is a big insult. Like holy shit.
I mean, halflings are tripods. We are aware of this.
Terrifying.
You, sir, the so-called leader, your mother never loved you.
right.
Ooh.
Roll
And that's
me.
after I
Oh, right,
told him his mother sucks cocks in hell.
What's the
This
spell
guy can't
DC on
catch a
that?
break.
What's the what?
What's the DC on that?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC? Your spell DC.
Oh, my spell DC.
Thought it was 13, wasn't it?
Maybe. Where'd it go? Where'd my thing go?
No, that's for damage.
Oh, it was damage. Damn it.
For the DC, just look at the spell list, and it should have it where it has hit/DC.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
Yep.
So what did you tell him? Your mother
He
was.
said his mother never loved him.
Brutal.
He spins around and he looks at you and he goes, "Joke's on you. I killed my mother."
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And actually, Leorah, give me an insight check on that.
Do you see like a tear trickling out of his eye?
Joke's on you. I have 2 dads.
So go ahead and roll insight.
I got a 5.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
no.
All right. And now it is his turn. And he's going to take a step back towards the door. He's going to look at the guy that he was following in here and then look at the rest of you. And he's going to say, "Well, clearly this hasn't gone as expected, but don't worry, we'll be back." And he's going to leave.
Is he taking the guy with him, or is he like just
Nope.
out of here?
So the guy is just past where Durin is at this point. All right.
Okay.
So basically, there's like 4 dropped thieves and a half-naked dude
Yep.
in the middle of the tavern.
Mhm.
Sounds like a party.
I was about to say this sounds like the start of a joke.
Or dirty limerick.
And that is the end of combat. So
5
All right.
adventurers walk into a bar.
The bar is on
Ow.
fire.
the bar is on fire and nobody
Not
knows
yet,
why.
anyway.
Well, I'm gonna go collect my dagger and the dagger I stole.
Okay.
I will roar in victory.
And because I have not had the introduction thing yet.
Oh, yeah.
I will say my
Yeah.
my character has like black and white hair, pretty evenly split. Otherwise, looking pretty nondescript with like a cloak, fairly nice clothes underneath.
Very sneaky.
Not too nice. Not like, oh, this person's a noble. More like just, oh, this person takes care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And very pale.
Okay.
Pale.
So a kind
He's
of like
Irish after all.
a kind of silence like settles over the bar. Everybody's just kind of like staring. And then
Slow clap, guys. Oh, it's
and
awesome.
everybody's like, yeah. And then
We're not robbed.
and then the man on the ground starts screaming again. And everybody's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, we forgot about
That's
this
right.
guy."
That guy was there
Holy
screaming.
shit.
I forgot about him.
The barman
So,
comes. Go ahead.
At this point, since he's near me, am I able to identify that he's obviously very messed up and needs healing?
If you give me a medicine check.
One hecking medicine.
16.
16. He is desperately in need of healing, but it's definitely more than just a couple
cure
of magic
wounds.
spells. Yeah, he has been beaten, tortured, cut. There's marks on his wrists and marks on his ankles. His back is... It's not bleeding only because it's already clotted, but otherwise it is a big collection of marks and scars. He has like a frantic look in his eyes that like you kind of like reach over and roll him over to get a look at him, and you're not even sure if he sees you, honestly. He's just screaming and like trying to cover himself up.
I'm going to attempt to cast a Cure Wounds, see if that can alleviate any of it
Okay, go
at
ahead.
all. 15.
15. That's a big cure wounds. Jesus. It's pretty good. So when you cast cure wounds, some of his more grievous injuries, heal up. He still looks like absolute crap, but he stops screaming at least. He's just whimpering now. He's just...
Oof.
What do y'all do?
Oh.
Third, when you go to retrieve your daggers, you get your dagger, and then you get the other dagger that you stole. And you notice that the other dagger that you stole is... Painted is the wrong word, but the blade is red. But it's definitely not blood, and it's pretty shitty paint. There you go.
I'll flex some of it off with a thumbnail.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty
the hell?
paint.
Wait, they had red daggers?
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a hint to the name of the gang.
No, is it the
Wink,
Red
wink.
Daggers gang?
The red
like-
knives.
The Red Knives, yeah.
Red blades.
The bloody
I'm going
blades.
to attempt to kind of calm down the dude who's freaking out
Okay.
and screaming, and I'm going to motion to the bartender, ask if he's got, I guess during this time frame they wouldn't have first aid kits don't exist or anything similar like that.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, there's healer kits.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
one.
All right. Going to try to calm the dude down and ask if anyone... Does anyone have a healer's kit? This man has been obviously worked over by these hooligans.
Sorry, wouldn't you be the one with the healing kit as the healer? Cleric?
Yes, but I don't have a healer's kit on me.
That seems kind of
Uh,
short-sighted, but okay.
I'll walk over to my backpack, fish it out, and throw it at you.
Cool. Oh,
Right.
give me a dex check.
Me or him?
Acrobatics or
Mal.
dex?
Mal, give me a
Alright.
dex check. Just a straight dex check.
Oh.
You rolled a 1.
Right in the noggin.
Oh Lord! So Urizura walks over, gets the healer's kit, chucks it at Durin. Durin pays no attention to this. He's looking at the bar. He's thinking about his booze, and just suddenly goes "Gah!" right in the fucking head. And he's like, "Oh, ooh, healer's kit."
Ooh, piece of candy.
Give me a medicine check.
Alrighty. 20.
Okay. So you managed to bandage up like his most grievous wounds. Anything that's bloody has been cleaned. Anything that's actively bleeding is no longer actively bleeding. He's still whimpering. He's still on the ground,
Yeah.
basically inconsolable. Give me a persuasion check.
Me?
Yeah, to try to convince him to calm down.
Just slap the shit
Oh.
out of him.
What'd you
Love
get?
that. 6.
In the meantime,
Six?
I'm
No.
sitting back down at my seat and
You need a
continuing
hug?
my beer.
I can give you a
Um,
hug, or maybe play a little song. Maybe not touch you. I don't want to touch you,
I'm
but I can play a song.
We can pause this.
I'm going to glance at the bartender
And
and
he's just like, Jesus. Well, no, he doesn't say Jesus because Jesus is not a character in this play. He's like, oh, by the brewer. What in the... They just... Who the hell comes into a bar and starts a fight? He didn't even have anything to drink. What in the hells?
Are you more
Going
upset
to-
about the
Is
fight,
every-
or
is-
you
don't-
didn't
is-
buy
is-
anything first?
Is everybody okay?
Well, they're not.
Well,
I was
are they dead?
I don't know.
Pietro just slams his hand down on his table and shouts once again, I am trying to drink.
I understand, sir. Don't worry. Don't. Thank you for
we
helping
will
out,
get
by
you
the way.
your
Thank you, but I mean, okay. I'm sorry. I know I just hired you, but I don't remember your name. Can you go get the enforcers and let them know that there's been some sort of event happening here, and we need some assistance? And, like one of the not scullery, but the table clearers. One of the
A bus
table
boy.
clearers, yeah,
Busboys.
busboy. He's like, yeah, I can do that, and he runs outside. He looks at the guy that's still whimpering, and he looks at the unconscious bodies, and he's like, yeah, I'm fucking out of here. Takes off, and
Never saw him again.
he
and
fucked off.
the guys that
going
are on the
to-
ground are all alive, but
Just
they are
knock the fuck
very
out.
unconscious.
I'm going to ask the gonna turn and look to the bartender like, do you have any idea who these men are?
No, why would I know anything about? They're not.
So they're not a local gang? They're not
They're-
coming here extorting patrons on the regular?
We're not in the slums. There's no gangs here. Nobody's brazen enough to walk into a tavern and say, "Give me your valuables." The enforcers will come out and start knocking heads in 5 minutes. I'm surprised they're not here
guys
already.
There are some people brazen enough to do so.
Ugh,
Maybe you just haven't worked in the right
Gods
taverns.
be good.
ugh.
Or the wrong taverns. Really.
Look, the enforcers will be here in a minute. The kid, God, I cannot remember
Busboy.
his name. I'm.
It's Billy the
First name
busboy.
Bus, last name Boy.
It's Billy.
He'll be
Billy
back.
Busboy.
I'm going to call him Billy now. He's probably going to be very
his name?
confused.
I've been working here for a while. I know his name.
If it's
Totally
not
don't know his
Billy,
name.
I'm. Give me a history check.
What?
Yes, you.
Really? A history check? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
History.
Or
Oh no.
A 4? Okay.
So it's not his actual name, it's the nickname she gave him.
Okay.
Billy
I
Busboy.
give everyone nicknames. It's kind of like my love language.
It's the best names.
Okay. When Billy gets back with the enforcers, I'm sure they'll clear this up. But I've been working. I've owned this tavern for 10 years, and I've never had this happen before. Never. What?
It's
Question.
actually a really good track record.
Oh, there's been bar brawls. No, don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of bar brawls, but nothing like this. Jeez.
So much violence here.
Just wondering if the enforcer guards people are coming. Should we be here when they get here?
I mean,
Have you
Look.
done
Question for
anything
the room.
wrong?
A question for the room.
you, well, most of you, some of you, helped out. You
Some of
chased
the-
them off. They're gonna figure.
Will
I'm
some
sure-
of the rougher patrons quietly get up, leave their money on the table, and start going for the door?
I'm sure it will be fine, but in the meantime, just you get one drink on the house.
Oh, no, like monetary reward? Oh,
Durin is
I'm
A-okay
running a
with
business.
this.
I'm running a business here. I can't afford to give you a monetary reward.
No.
The
do I
enforcers
get a
might.
regular sized drink or a hobbit or a halfling sized drink? I'd like a regular sized drink,
He
please.
kind of like looks you up and down, and he's like, "You get a hobbit-sized drink. I've seen what happens when I give you people too much." Yes, he did say you people. Yes, it's awful. And then he turns and he looks at Pietro and he goes, he goes, "And thank you for not burning the place down, sir."
Speaking of, where did that bolt of eldritch shenanigans go? Did it dissipate after missing the dude, or did it hit the wall?
It hit the wall and it like scorched it, but it didn't burn anything.
Okay, cool.
And then he looks at Saoirse and he's like, "And you, I."
Oh, I've disappeared like into the crowd.
Yeah,
He turns around to talk to you, and you're gone.
yeah, he gets like this confused look on his face, and he's like, "I swear there
I
was."
could have sworn.
I could have swore there was someone else in here who did
Start
nothing.
counting on his fingers.
There was the woman that threw daggers. I don't even remember where she came in.
They had the pokey knives.
She didn't even throw them very well.
Oh no! Don't jinx yourself.
Well, anyway, just have a seat. The enforcers should be here soon enough. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Have a seat at the table with Pietro, and that way I can just serve you all. Sir Pietro, I apologize. I can't give you a full mug of whiskey on the house.
Again.
I will give you two fingers, two large fingers on the house. Is that okay, sir?
That
He's-
sounds excellent.
Yes,
He's too busy drinking.
Fine with me. Just keep them coming.
Very well. So he fusses around. He sits you guys at the table. The tavern. Somebody makes the smart decision to tie up the unconscious bodies. And the bartender comes out and he gets the whimpering man and he like leads him to one of the rooms at the he leads him up the stairs.
I was about to say, is this a bar or is it an actual tavern with like inn?
It's a bar inn. It's a tavern. So
Okay.
he leads him up to one of the rooms and he comes back a few minutes later. And you're sitting there for maybe about 5 minutes when the
That's actually
busboy
a really
busboy
really
comes
fast
back
response
with a group of 4 people dressed in actual like metal armor. It's not like fancy armor, but it's uniform. It's blues and golds. Scale mail, and one of them has like a big pole arm, and two of them have swords, and one of them has like a club, a really nice club. It's not a mace because it's made of wood, but if it wasn't made of wood, it would be a mace.
Does it have metal studs
Would
in
it?
it?
No.
Ah.
And
Just a billy club.
he leads them in and points them to the barman. It's like, oh, we heard there was a disturbance in here. What? Oh, I see the guys tied up on the floor. They're like, huh. Okay, who wants to explain what happened here? The barman comes out and he's like, okay, I don't understand. And he gives them the whole story.
It's very confusing.
And they kind of
There was butt punching involved.
the
Missing weapons, butt punching, vicious name calling.
the guy that is carrying the pole arm comes and he takes a seat at your table and he says, all right, so I understand that all of you were involved in this little altercation. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. I am shit, I gotta come up with a name.
Oh, come on, Dave.
um,
You didn't prep ahead of time for that?
no, I have plenty
Well,
of names, but
Saul Guardsman.
I asked you if you were ready.
I am Constable Liam with the Enforcers, and this is my patrol. I apologize that we weren't able to prevent this from happening and that you had to involve yourselves, but it seems that you handled yourselves well.
Durin's gonna let out a belly laugh and be like, ah, lad, you can't be everywhere at once.
That's what they pay us for, sir, but I appreciate you helping out. Do you know anything about these folks? These ruffians that came in and caused this disturbance? Any of you ever seen them before or saw what they were after, perhaps?
I will say halfway drunk. They're not very good at fighting, I can tell you that much.
Yes,
She's a lightweight, isn't she?
clearly.
I don't know. She has a pretty high con, but these are pretty big mugs, so.
One of them had a really small ding dong.
You told him about it and he died.
The constable kind of is like, okay.
Durin's going to take a sip of his free ale and be like, couldn't tell you exactly who they were. They did seem very intent on continuing roughing up the poor gent upstairs. And
Yeah.
we're very keen to, let's say, take donations to help with that after they came inside.
They were after a man and they got greedy.
I see.
I will sidle into the conversation, just like, so, I'm a bystander. They, all had painted red knives.
Yeah.
Painted red knives. Huh. That's unusual.
Real cheap paint, too.
So I guess Third's character is the only one. I can't pronounce that name.
Saoirse.
Saoirse. I keep wanting
do
to
you
go
know
like
the-
Saoirse.
It's
the
Irish.
actress Saoirse
I know
Ronan.
it's Irish. So Saoirse, I guess, is the only one that saw that they had the red knives or
Yes.
the red painted daggers and stuff. Everyone else is just kind of like, yeah.
Yep.
It seems very unsanitary.
So he looks at Saoirse. You were involved in this as well?
I was around.
Do you have one of those knives? Did they pick one up, or did they all leave with them?
Go to, like, one of the tied up guys.
You're
like-
keeping that one that you picked up.
Yeah. Dig out one of theirs, you know?
Well, so they've been stripped of their weapons. They're at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point they're not
Wherever
fully
they would have been,
unconscious.
like, kicked
I guess
to.
the bartenders probably got those knives on hand.
Yeah. So he's not like the guys are no longer fully unconscious. They're kind of like, what's going on?
They
Am I
got
under arrest?
concussions.
oh, I gotta throw up. I'm gonna throw up, and then one of them does. But you pick up one of the knives from the bartender and hand it to Constable Liam. He looks at it and he goes, quality is shit.
What I said.
It's not one of the usual gangs that we have to deal with, and they don't normally come out of the slums.
They were chasing the gentleman upstairs. Unfortunately, the man desperately needs proper healing before he's in any condition to answer questions.
Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Red knives. I don't suppose you'd be up for a job.
Durin will slowly set his mug down and raise one bushy eyebrow.
I haven't heard anything about a gang in these parts. And the fact that they have similar weaponry makes me wonder what that could possibly portend. I don't want gangs in this part of town. If they stay in the slums, that's somebody else's problem. But
There's like a big rolling of eyes from Saoirse behind his back.
All four of them?
Giga roll.
I have some discretionary spending ability. And I don't particularly like chasing down gangs, especially ones that are, well, to be honest, as pathetic as these are. But I can't have them attacking taverns either. So, if you're up for it, you seem to be able to handle yourselves well enough.
So Durin snorts and goes, "So you're asking Rubes to do the scut work for you then? I can see the sense in that."
I'd rather somebody else do the scut work, sir. My job is mostly about protecting everybody else from threats far more dangerous than a bunch of cheap hoods with shitty knives.
You mentioned discretionary spending.
Yes. If you do this
It's a
for
lot
me...
of-
Go
A
ahead.
lot of risk. I just want to make sure there's a good reward and not just beer.
Everyone kind of glances at the bartender at that.
I can assure you that I will not reward you with beer, but with coin.
How much?
I suppose that depends on what you turn up, doesn't it? If you can find this gang and make sure that they don't become a problem, then 100 gold for each of you.
Durin will lean back in his
Pietro.
chair.
With that, I could buy 100 mugs of ale.
Pietro once again slams his hand down on the table and is like, "Pietro's 5 are on the case. You've got your people. We will take care of this."
Glance. So how many sheets to the wind is Pietro?
He has finished that entire mug of whiskey at this
And is
point.
like singling for the next like 2 fingers of whiskey. Like,
So his singular eye is bouncing all over the place while trying to find people.
so it's more like
Lord.
Pietro's 5 are on the case.
So
You've hired the best.
Is that going to be our name?
Constable Liam looks at Pietro and just kind of stares at him, blinks slowly. What about the
You've
rest
seen
of
the
you?
best. Now hire the rest.
I'm hoping...
We're not the best choice. We're Spacer's choice.
God.
Now, I would like to be clear. If you don't come up with anything, then there's no money.
Now, what constitutes as coming up with anything?
You bring me proof that the gang has been dealt with, or at least that you've dealt them a serious blow. You get your money.
That seems kind of open-ended, but I think we can work with it.
Open-ended contracts are the best.
Saoirse is just smelling the corruption come off the sky.
Yeah, it's literally. I mean that.
Give me an insight check, Saoirse.
But I already smell it.
Actually, I'll do an insight as well because
Okay.
yeah, I kind of got that same feel. Oh God, 23.
Well, that's a nat 1 for me. So
Okay, so I'm going to send Mal a message.
So I can't tell what he's really about. But I believe he is corrupt.
This just sounds like fun.
Give me a second here. This is a whisper for anybody that's wondering.
Is it a careless whisper?
No. It's a vicious whisper. He's calling him a small ding-dong.
Oh no.
No.
I thought that was Leorah's shtick.
Please stop. Please stop.
I was gonna say,
Is that
you getting into
kazoo?
some tones, and is it a kazoo? Is that what that was?
You literally scared the cat, Elene. Don't.
Oh, that was Elene. She's got a kazoo. You gave her a kazoo.
I didn't give her anything.
She's an adult. She can buy her own damn kazoo.
Thank you.
Should get you a
All right.
mandolin.
Or hurdy-gurdy.
You guys are just
God.
really caught up on the hurdy-gurdy.
I
So-
love the
It's
hurdy-gurdy.
An
not-
amazing instrument.
It does not sound like a beginner instrument.
All right, moving on.
Hurdy-gurdy is great, so it can also double as a club and a shield.
Mhm.
I'm gonna link some crazy hurdy-gurdy music I've seen before. Durin's simply just going to finish his ale and nod and go, "Aye, sounds good."
And the rest of you, except for Sir Three Sheets to the Wind over there.
Didn't he give
nah,
his
I ain't got nothing else to do.
I'll try.
Don't worry, Urizura. I'll protect your buns. I'll come with you.
You can't even reach them.
Well,
But I can see them.
true. It's true.
She can't even reach.
If I stand on my tiptoes.
Well,
They can kind of reach.
I'm just imagining like the POV shot of like grabby hands and a butt.
Try to reach up.
Just looking up at this butt and you see little tiny grabby hands.
Just imagining Leorah doing the like uppy hands.
Yeah.
Give uppies.
Oh
Halfling-
god, when we get you to play Final Fantasy, you're gonna be a Lalafell, aren't you?
no, she is not. All
I'm
right,
trying to decide
focus
between
in.
a Lalafell or a cat girl.
Focus.
We'll see.
Focus.
Trying to focus.
So
So far we've got.
so Constable Liam is like, very well. I would strongly recommend not doing anything tonight. Just because it's well, to be honest, you all look a little drunk. So I will have my people or myself check in with you tomorrow morning, depending on who's on patrol. And I'll give you 3 days. If you don't have anything in 3 days, then the deal's off. I have to show
Contract's
results.
closed.
Have to show results. So 3 days starting tomorrow. Deal?
Deal.
Sounds good.
You got it.
All right.
Okay.
I will check in on you tomorrow. And in the meantime, he snaps his fingers, and the three guys that are with him all bodily pick up the
Before he
thieves.
takes off,
Yep.
I'm going to ask Constable Liam. It's like, you will be letting us know what you find out from those ruffians and poor lad upstairs, so we're not running around blind. Aye.
Of course. I want to see this done as much as you want to get paid for doing it.
Bad enough.
So where can we find you once we have our proof?
You may come meet us. Who's staying here at the inn tonight is the question.
Do you have like an office, a secretary? Like, do we just go to the guard place and ask for you?
Stop by the patrol house once you have proof, and I will check in with you from there. Leave me a message. And he lets you know where the patrol house is. It's not that far from here. It's maybe a 5-minute walk. So
Now, will he be meeting us here at the tavern tomorrow to give us what info he finds out, or does he want us to come ask for it before we take off?
no, he's going to meet you in the morning. I'll meet you in the morning. Don't worry. He looks at the non-existent watch that doesn't exist in this setting. He's like, I'll be by as
that.
I'll be by as part of my patrol and check in with you. In the meantime, thank you again for your work. Enjoy your drinks. And don't get into any more trouble. Or if you do, make my job easier. Either way. And he stands up and they all pick up one of the thieves and chuck him over their shoulders and they all walk out.
All right, fair enough.
The rest of the bar, it's been a bit now. It's happy hour has come and gone. No, it hasn't. It's only been like 10 minutes, Dave. Jesus.
I was about to say, that fight didn't take that long, and it only took them 5 minutes to get here, so happy hour should be just getting ready to start.
Happy hour has come. However, the tavern is a little more subdued. Probably because there was just a big ass bar fight. They all got threatened, and then the enforcers showed up. So everybody is just kind of taking their drinks slowly and kind of steering clear of your table and leaving you alone.
I don't trust that man.
Oh, he seemed on the up and up to me.
Are you taking a seat, Saoirse?
I'll like sit on the booth behind them, you know.
Okay.
Oh,
Crane over.
yeah. So in response to Saoirse, Durin's going to finish off his ale and be like, "Oh, he's up. At the very least, he's going to be paying us."
Yes, that's the problem, isn't it?
Why is that a problem?
Sorry, my accent disappeared. Yes, that's the problem, isn't it? It's an
Why
awful
is-
lot of gold to just offer to random people to clear out a sudden new gang in a place that doesn't have gangs, according to him.
I mean, how far are we from the docks? The slums? The docks?
Hold
This-
on, let me pull up.
Are the docks the slums?
The docks
Oh,
are
the
not the
docks-
slums. The docks
Oh.
No, the
are
slums-
very prosperous, clean, and well patrolled. The slums are the very opposite of that.
Okay, so
And
slums.
we are currently based. This tavern is based in.
So
Which neighborhood?
this tavern is it's not in one of the districts, but the slums are maybe 2 to 3 streets over. It's
Okay.
not far from the slums. It's more upscale. Well, not upscale. It's a very nice place to be. It's you can live here and it's not usually a problem. But if you go across the streets just a little too far, you'll start to notice that you're getting deeper and deeper into the slums. So the official line of the slums is many streets away, but things start to deteriorate about 3 or 4 streets.
Before then, yeah.
We're kind of
Um,
on the fringes. Okay.
So we're not. We're deep. We're far enough away that there shouldn't be gangs walking into taverns and threatening people with knives.
Correct.
All right.
Well, the way in my experience, every port to town has their own gangs. It's just once you get out to the slums, they're a bit more upscale.
Discreet.
No, they just wear fancier clothes.
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
That's probably pretty true.
I'm going to take a moment to glance back over at Pietro, since I had originally started the conversation with, a literal gang showed up, and just kind of see how he's doing. I know he's drunk as hell, but I noticed that he had that angry red eye patch, and he seems very intent on drinking and throwing creepy fireballs at people.
It wasn't a creepy fireball. It was a fireball. It was like a stream of fire. It just had a little bit of a dark outline to it.
All right, fair enough.
Is that normal for you, Pietro?
What?
Like the outline, the black woo woo on the edge of the fireball.
No idea what you're talking about, honey.
The black outline on your fireball. Was that normal?
Fireball? Do I look like a wizard to you?
I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
Hmm.
You're-
Oh.
Okay, never mind. Never
I
mind.
have no idea what any of you are talking about.
That tracks.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Welp,
Alrighty.
do any of you want to? Is there anything that you all want to do before you go to sleep and sleep off whatever the hell just happened?
I do believe Durin's gonna take a moment and hold on. Well, now that the fun's all over, suppose I should take the time to at least introduce myself to everyone here and ask for names if we're going to be going walk about the town to find a bunch of ruffians with red blades. I am Durin Strongbrew, Cleric of the Brewer.
Brewer?
Of course, that's what interests you. Sure.
Brewer?
Aye, the brewer.
Yeah, go
Haven't
ahead.
you heard of him? And Dave, you haven't told me anything in the history of the brewer, so otherwise I was going to just quote stuff
Well-
about Hanseath.
Well, V, give me a religion check. Sorry, Pietro, give me a religion check.
One heckin' religion check.
Okay, coming right up.
19. Nice. You know of the brewer. The brewer is an aspect of one of the many gods. The gods of the various pantheons have many different names and many different aspects. The brewer is one aspect of one god. The brewer's domain is generally, drink, merriment, and to a certain extent, healing and stability. Oddly enough,
Carousing, brewery, singing,
yeah,
festivity.
it's happiness and
Community.
not necessarily excess, but definitely enjoyment to a large extent. It also has aspects of the harvest because in order to brew drinks, you have to have stuff to brew it from. And growth and renewal, stuff like that. Things that you would normally associate with a harvest god, but not as much
Sounds
with
like-
the brewer.
Sounds like a god that would be popular where Pietro is from.
Yes. Yes, very much so. As a different aspect, however, that's more of a harvest aspect, but it would be the same god.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the pantheons here are similar to like the Game of Thrones, the Seven. Like they're all aspects of a similar deity.
It's similar to Greek and Roman gods in that the gods have very extensive portfolios, but when they are representing a specific portfolio, they have a different aspect or name. For example, Apollo is the god of the sun, but Dionysus is the god of the dance and drinking, and they're both the same god. So the brewer is an aspect of a god that has a very extensive portfolio, but you can worship a specific aspect as opposed to a specific god. Most people don't worship gods. But yes.
Alrighty.
Okay.
My Greek mythology nerd inside me got ruffled.
I was about to say, yeah, it's like third. Are you going to correct Dave?
I was thinking of Eris and Enyo.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
War and strife.
So, I've introduced myself. Is anyone else going to? I'm
Yeah.
familiar. I've overheard the names of a few of the people here.
Yes, hello. I believe my introduction was kind of overshadowed by the introduction of the thieves. But I am Pietro de Marchi, second son of Count Matteo de Marchi. And I am looking to get rich. How about y'all? Or how about you all?
I mean,
Simple man with a simple plan.
Durin's going to raise an eyebrow and be like, "A noble looking to get rich? Well, sounds about right."
Yes, it does. Pietro just nods with that.
oh, I'm Leorah. I'm a bard. I'm small.
That
Ta-da!
you are.
Yes, you are.
And my loot is really special because I got it from my dad. He's like a famous adventuring bard. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is Puck Meadowsong. Anybody?
Now, should we do history checks?
Yeah, give me.
Or is it-
everybody
is it a
give me a
name?
history check.
Okay. Only a 9. Well, Pietro,
History,
you
you
are on
say?
fire with the insight and religion and stuff, aren't you?
15.
15, Saoirse.
Oh, I got a nat 1.
Oh, okay.
So 3.
Lord.
Elene, these dice you sent me are cursed.
You're just getting the curse out of it. You
Yeah.
gotta roll it out.
You
gotta
Stretch
have
those.
When you put them away
Zap-
tonight, you just got to surround them in a ring of salt. You know.
that, or you need to baptize them properly.
Oh, for
Put them
fuck's
on
sake!
some
I did it.
selenite. You'll be fine.
You just
I
rolled
rolled
and
the
got an
other D20
Got a 20.
and got a 20. Yeah.
So only one of them is cursed.
Yeah. It's the bonus dice that came with it that are cursed.
None of you have heard of Puck Meadowsong.
I mean, I haven't. I mean, he was kind of popular maybe about 20,
Not even
22
not
years
even
ago.
Pietro.
None of you have
Pietro got
heard
a
of
nut.
Puck Meadowsong.
No.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Fair
But I
enough.
mean, he was a halfling, so kind of in the halfling zone, not maybe in the big fancy zone that our lord friend here might be from.
Durin must
Okay.
have heard of it. He's pretty underground.
Durin is 125 years
He's
old,
dwarf.
so
Holy crow! You don't look a day over 122.
I don't think I said that out loud. That was out of character, but sure, yeah. We'll go with that.
I was
Okay.
just making a joke about Durin being a dwarf.
This is true. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to. You guys seem like you've been traveling, so I just wanted to, check. 'Cause it's been a while since I've seen him, so I want to try to find him if I can.
Oh, he's missing now?
I mean, he's not missing. He just, didn't come back.
Pietro
Aha.
winces at that and says, "My condolences, little bard. I've also lost my father recently."
I mean, it's not like super recent. He left and didn't come back, but
He's not
When
dead.
I
He's
was a
just
kid.
lost.
Yeah.
he's just been misplaced. That's all.
All right, out of character. Leorah is adorable, and I want to pinch her cheeks.
Don't touch my fucking face.
Do all
Do
of
not
us?
touch her face.
Do
touch
all
my
of us
face.
have daddy issues?
She is adorable.
Lord.
No, Durin. I don't think Durin's got daddy issues. I mean, he's got issues, but
Hold
Different
on, let me write down some daddy issues for Durin.
Durin has.
Don't
daddy
you fucking
issues.
dare!
Pet pats are fine. Cheek pinching is not.
Cheek
Durin-
pinching is verboten. All right, so the first that does pinching to Leorah in character, I want to see what happens. I'm not gonna do it. All right.
I know what your butts are. I can punch them.
My God.
I don't think you can reach.
Moving on.
Maybe not
Focus, focus,
Zuzu's,
focus.
but the rest of you. But
All right,
Uh, Yeah, I'll introduce myself as Urizura. Yeah, I'm just here to find someone to fight.
well, you definitely did that.
No, they weren't very good.
Aye, fair enough. Any particular reason you're seeking out a big fight?
Fighting's fun. It's what I do.
It's fair.
Aye, fair enough.
I shouldn't talk. I'm DM.
It's hard not to, though. Durin's going to take a moment to glance over at. Oh my god, I need to write this down. Saoirse.
Sha. Don't look at the name. Just
My
remember
brain sees it, and I
Saoirse.
go. Saoirse.
You do have your
Saoirse.
tendency to pick like unpronounceable names.
I
If
mean,
you don't know Gaelic.
if you don't know, yeah, but
All right,
it's simple. Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Here.
Saoirse. All right. Durin is going to
Right
glance
here.
over at Saoirse and ask, "Can you lass?"
Babe, your mic is muted.
I know.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Name's Saoirse. And she'll just leave it at that.
Durin will raise a bushy eyebrow and just say,
I don't have a.
I.
Saoirse. Okay.
I don't have
Saoirse.
an inclination to spill my whole life story at this time,
That's fair.
like everybody else.
I don't believe anyone's told their life stories at the moment.
I maybe did, but that's okay.
Durin, how close is Leorah sitting to Durin? And how tall is she actually?
3'6".
Oh
Um,
my
no,
goodness.
I'm only 3 feet.
That's-
I'm gonna
Oh
be
my
honest here.
goodness. All right. Yeah. If Leorah is within head patting distance, he will pat her head.
Thanks. That's so sweet. You want a hug? I like
He
hugs.
is adorable.
Yeah, you're definitely a Lalafell.
Little potato.
The barman, whose name I don't have.
You never
Barman-
made.
It's Stan.
Barman
Stan
the man.
Grigori. Thank you.
Oh,
Grigori.
I call him
Barman
Stan.
Grigori walks over to your table and collects up your mugs, your glasses, whatever. It's after your conversation with Liam, after the rousing conversations that you've had. You know, you've just been shooting the shit. It's been a couple hours. It's getting late, and he's like, "Well, will you be settling up your tab now, or do you want some rooms for the night?" Leorah, I know you've got a place, but about the rest of you.
Durin will stand and say, I'll be having a room for the evening.
Okay.
Yes, I could also use a room for the night.
You'll have to pay for it, Pietro.
How
I'm not getting into this argument with you again.
How much?
You know the price. It's always been a gold. A gold a night.
See, you were ripped off.
That's...
Zuzu.
Beer's different from a room. I'll take your cheapest room.
Okay.
I think it's still a gold.
It's a gold.
So
Wow,
say,
how easy it is to live in these towns. Everything's a gold.
I mean, it's nice. It's a nice round number.
Boy,
I
if you didn't know how to count, it's just one coin.
Sure.
What modern marvels these are.
I mean, I'd invite you if you want to come home with me, but you're kind of bigger than my bedroom, so it wouldn't work so well.
Bigger than the house.
Couldn't even fit through the door.
Yeah, probably
Aw.
not. It's just a little halfling halfway house. It's fine.
Yeah, it's halfway between two buildings.
Half house.
Halfway
Halfling half
house.
house.
Um, does
Oh.
anybody want to do anything before you retire for the evening?
I will hand Urizura her healer's kit back.
Yeah.
Since I did use that to patch that dude up. And I'm probably gonna need to. I didn't think to spend money to add one of those to my kits,
Well.
so I'll have to do that tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's probably a market nearby where we could go peruse the wares.
I was
So,
just gonna.
Leorah, you know about many different markets, but there's no markets nearby. You'd have to walk for a bit, but that's fine.
I mean, nearby is relative.
Yeah.
In
You're
the
halfway-
city.
You're
In the
halfway.
city.
It's all.
I mean,
long
everything's
distance.
kind of far. I have to take twice as many steps, but it's okay. Unless I can get a pigback ride.
Glances at Urizura.
So the night
All right.
draws to a close, and you all head to your respective rooms or places of lodging. Pietro, you stumble to your bed, collapse into it in clothes, as you always do.
Let's say, how old are those clothes? When was the last time he changed?
But it's been a pretty interesting evening. Some of you are new to the city, some of you literally just arrived, and some of you have been here for a while, but suddenly you have the prospect of a job. Not necessarily a good job, but one that pays, if you can pull it off. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Indeed.
And for our opening session, that will be the end for today.
Okay.
Because it's a good place to
Fair
stop.
enough.
If we start the next day, it's going to go for a bit longer, and I
All
don't
right.
want to. So
And then we'll want to set stuff up, yeah.
That's
Fair
the
enough.
last of my money. Pietro is now at 0.
I was gonna say,
Zero.
where? Oh, there's the gold. I need to.
as a matter
remove-
of fact, Madeline, I do know what's going to happen next. It's just going to take more than a couple hours, so we have to stop there. But yeah, welcome to the adventure, everybody.
We did it.
Did a
Yay!
thing.
We survived.
I know it's not necessarily an action-packed opening, but I hope you all enjoyed it.
Well, it is the standard. People meet in a bar,
Beat up some random mooks.
mooks, and gets a quest hook. That's how that kind of goes.
But
Mhm.
the adventure has just begun. We will be back to this in 2 weeks on Saturday.
Will we?
Yes. No, wait. Are
Um,
you? You're not here.
No, I'm not.
Ooh,
My
that's
flight
bummer.
doesn't get until
We'll
8.
be back in 3
Oh.
weeks.
Oh no.
Sunday?
Oh boy.
Possibly on
or
Sunday.
no, everyone else does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a
Alp and
game
someone
on
else
Sunday.
Sunday games. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
game
it would
Sunday.
have to be.
We'll
3
figure
weeks
it
then.
out, and Dave will let you
Or-
know.
How far? Well, maybe we could start later on Saturday. I don't know.
We'll see. But
3 weeks is fine, whichever.
thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. And always seek adventure.
Adventure!
Awaits.
Awaits!
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Oh,
For profit and glory, but mostly profit.
and beer.
And punch